I'm Brandon B. Mike Odoms, creative 2 Cent.
I'm DJ McConaughey. I'm an instructor with the 2 Cent Summer Camp.
So we decided to do what we were taught, which is pass on the knowledge, pass on the energy. And so we got a group of talented, great young people, 35 young people, partnered with the City of New Orleans and NOLA for Life and Xavier University Communication Studies to create a workshop, a 5-week workshop. We're basically trying to train young people to use media arts as a tool to sort of make an impact in their community and hopefully, and I think that they could move on in the future to get a career and be interested in growing in media arts.
So we took them through, today we came over to NOA TV to kind of show them how our professionals use the same tools that we're teaching them in our classes right now. We just brought them around to the master control room, to the control room in the studio and showed them that there are a lot of jobs in this field and there's a lot of ways to get there.
It's an opportunity that's not always afforded to young, especially young black people in this city. So we're trying to provide them with an avenue that they didn't even know was possible. Like this idea that they can have a job or career in media arts is something that they're excited about, and they didn't even know coming into this that they would be excited about it. So we're hoping that they grow with this and that they choose to want to continue on in this process and this path, and we're there to help them and help them figure out what they want to say and help them say it. So this will be some of the ideas we've been talking about in action, in everyday action. Like once you master these skills, like everybody who works here has mastered these skills that we've been talking about. And so this will be like an everyday example of using those skills, using those concepts, using those principles of framing and being in front of the camera, behind the camera. So let me introduce y'all to someone. This is Larry Perkins.
How y'all making out?
He's basically does a lot of, everything we'll be walking through, he pretty much does it all, from directing to camera operating to audio miking people up, all that stuff that we've been talking about. So I'm gonna let him talk to y'all for a second.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Larry Perkins. I'm an AM technician here at New Orleans Access Television. And just like Brandon said, we do just about everything here. I started out as an intern some 12, 13 years ago, something like that. I don't tell my age. But it was something that I knew that I wanted to do from the start. You know, just being around the equipment, the people that were interested in it, everything that went on with production and everything that, you know, that had to do with packaging a product for people to be able to, you know, see, people to be able to see on air. That was really exciting to me at the time. So I came in, my eyes wide open, and just kind of sponged everything that I learned from the other employees that worked here. And actually, to tell you the truth, I was one of the oldest interns here. I was, maybe some 5, 6 years older than a lot of the guys that are working here that started out really young. I kind of got into it late, but I mean, once I got here, I wasn't going to let that affect me. It didn't matter that the people that I was learning from were sometimes your age, but it was just a learning experience, and this is a learning mechanism. I mean, being here is like it gives you an opportunity to do it all, and I think that's an advantage that you would have here at our station as opposed to working at maybe Channel 4, Channel 6, or Channel 8. You have an opportunity to kind of start and put your hands on the equipment right off the bat. I mean, if I had an opportunity to kind of grab some of you guys now, I could just kind of throw you in the studio and just let you get started. And I think that's the best way to learn. I think what you see and what you're able to kind of put your hands on, what you're able to kind of do first off is just, you know, that's a whole part of the learning technique. You have nowhere to go but up from that kind of learning environment, and that's what we provide here. It's great. But yeah, but what I do is I take the shows that I'm assigned to, and we set them up, we shoot them. We edit where the editing is necessary. We package it as a JPEG, send it to master control, and the show's uploaded and ready for the playlist, ready for playback during this next playback scheduled time.
And what are the channels that are outputted from here?
We broadcast channel 6, which is government, 8, which is education during the day, and we take over the channel at night. We show a lot of our shows. Channel 76 and 99.
So from this building, all the stuff you see on those channels are distributed from this building, from this place. There's master control in the back. There's a studio right there. There's edit suites on the side. Director booth. We'll take a quick walk through. Right. But from this space, from these walls, you get what you see on those channels. So this is an example of other examples of how TV stations work or different studios. You create something in that studio space and then it's presented to the world. Like he's saying, it's packaged and sent out. So
yeah, and I'll do sometimes on a shift as many as 6 or 7 shows in a day. And you know, some of those shows are like 30-minute or 28-minute and 30-second shows. Some of them are like hour-long shows. It just depends on what we have available, and it's, you know, knowing what you have to do to get from point A to point B in production kind of helps you along with how to get those shows expedited, how to get everybody, you know, in the studio, get them down, you know, put the camera in front of them, shoot them, and get them on their way. And it's, you know, it sounds like a fast food kind of deal, but it's not just putting the camera in front of somebody and shooting them. There's other things that go into it as well.
Y'all want to take a walk? If you want to walk them to this studio right here. Like Larry said, like I started off here as an intern as well. I was in high school, I think it was, and I started working here. There was a high school program with like 6 or 7, 8 youth from my high school, and we came here and we were challenged to create a show. And so behind this camera, it was every day for like 4 or 5 years. I was in here behind this camera filming different shows, and it was some of the best memories and great times meeting some of the people who were on the shows and actually like learning from in here. Like you learn, like Larry said, learning from doing. Like, because at the time I didn't know all the information, and I mean I still don't know all the information, but being thrown in it to like actually working and learning as I work. So this space here, I mean, this was it. You know what I mean? Like this is like what you see here is like a lot of standard equipment. Like this is not no like rinky dink like stuff. You know what I mean? Like these lights, these cameras, like this setup. You can create a lot from this space. Like a lot of people have created a lot of great stuff from these spaces. So let's get like 4 of y'all in front of these cameras right quick. Any 4. Look, silky shirt first. Silky shirt ASAP. Thank you, sir. Let's get a young lady. We got 3 guys. Get 2 young ladies. Come on, y'all 2. Come on. No? Come on, you're not camera shy. We need a young lady. Come on, young lady. As you can see on the monitor, that's what these are. These are monitors. So if we were on camera, we would sometimes look at these monitors, or sometimes if they have some extra guests here, they'll look at the monitor. Sometimes it's turned towards the talent so they can see themselves on the monitor, make sure, you know, they're looking correct. And you see how many cameras are there in here? Somebody want to count? 3. So there's a 3-camera setup in here. So in the back, there's a directing booth. Not right, you can't see it right there, but behind that wall, there's a director booth. And all these cameras are synced to a switcher. So if, say, these guys were on the show, these guys and 2 young ladies were on the show, the director can switch between all these 3 cameras at once to create his own edit live. So right now, this camera's lit up. You see it's got the red light on it? That means this camera is live. So that's we seen. Yeah, we seen the view from that camera.
Just to give you guys a little bit more insight as to what the studio, how the studio is lit. We use a system called 3-point lighting here. It's pretty standard as far as how you want to light a set, and that can kind of vary depending on what kind of mood or atmosphere you're trying to create. But what we do here, it's, you know, it's pretty much the given lighting situation. 3-point lighting consists of your key light, your primary light source, and these 2 lights that flank that key light is your fill lights, soften the shadows in the subject's face. Gives you more of a 3-dimensional look.
Excuse me.
You got 2 lights back here, which are our backlights, And that kind of gives you depth across the shoulders and separates the subject from the back of the wall. So it doesn't look like it's just a flat image sitting on a wall. And that's what you want to do. You want to just kind of saturate your set with light so that, you know, it looks, you know, just like Brandon said, we have industry standard stuff here. But that doesn't mean that, you know, we can create a product that is industry standard. It takes you as a director to have that insight to kind of see how you want your set to look, how you want it lit, how you want the camera angles to be, how you want the framing of your camera shots to be. So all of that's really important, and that's things that you're going to learn as well.
DJ, will take them through?
Yeah. Well, basically, this camera has a lot of the same functions we've been explaining to you guys with our other smaller cameras. Just so everybody knows before they get off here, this will be considered your viewfinder. This is what you're looking through. This is what you're seeing that will go on TV later on or possibly immediately. The zoom functions are all the same except it comes from here. You go in, you go out. Everybody can see that? This camera has a focus control right here. And you can see when I zoom all the way in, if I roll this knob right here, it goes out of focus to in focus. So this is very important when you're doing like a live TV show. You want all your controls to be right here because you can't go around to the front of the camera like this because you can't see your viewfinder. So this setup is built for you to operate completely from back here comfortably and do all your movements from back here. So anybody want to jump up, give it a try, get comfortable with it. We'll probably have some exercises.
Don't be scared. It's
not gonna bite you.
Go ahead.
One more thing. This is how you communicate. Well, this is how you get communicated from the director in the control room, the director's booth that B-Mike was talking about. You'll put it on here. You can hear out of this ear, and this ear is still left uncovered, so you can hear what's going on the actual set. So your instructions will come from here, whether it's framing up a wide shot, a two-shot, a close-up, regardless. It's all going to come from here. And what you would do is you would listen and you would frame it up. So, all right, there you go. Let you go there. So there you go.
Trey, why don't you take a step up? Get a shot of Trey right quick.
Let's do a medium shot.
So before you do that, the first thing you want to do, you want to zoom all the way in and get a focus to make sure. So zoom all the way in as close as you can. Go to his eye.
Look forward.
Trey, look straight. Now make sure he's focused. Is he focused, everybody?
Yes.
You could do a little bit better, I think. There you go.
There we go.
All right, so now you zoom out. So now you know you're focused.
And that's called getting critical focus. Right? Zooming all the way in and making sure the pupils on his face are sharp.
Okay. What did you say?
Oh, so you guys, we all remember the different shot sizes we talked about yesterday. So let's just go through some of those shots on this camera. You see that it's the same. So if I'm the director and I'm behind you and I'm saying, okay, give me a close-up right now, which is a bus shot. All right, let me know when you're set. You feel good there? Yeah. I like it. Now give me a medium shot, a waist shot. Let me know when you're set. Are you that good there?
Yeah.
Okay, so this we can work on a little bit more. You can see, everybody can see these monitors, right? Who can tell me what's wrong with this image?
They whispering over here.
I can't hear you. There's too much headroom. Okay, so how do we accomplish that? Do we just tilt down, right? Okay,
Trey, why are you moving, Trey?
but if you tilt down, the shot has changed, so you have to zoom in because it's not quite as tight as you need it to be for a waist shot. So that looks like a good medium shot to me. So those are instincts that you have to know as a camera operator, just to not, give them too much headroom and not cut off their head. But good job. Let's get somebody else up here so they can get comfortable. Who wants to take another.
Let's get a young lady. There you go. They volunteering you.
Yay.
So normally, you see what he's calling right now, those different shots, it will be communicated on this headset.
Yeah.
So the director will be back there saying, I need a close-up, or I need you to get a shot of him.
I don't know if this fits.
That's fine. Nobody's really talking to you, but just put it on your hand. All right, so you okay being a model? All right, give me.
Let's get one of the young ladies since they
What are y'all?
You know what, I'm gonna have you guys clear out. Just off to the side for now.
Oh my God.
What you forgot?
All right, you just stand there.
What is this for?
You just stand right there.
What do you think that's for if you turn it that way? What is it doing on the monitor? Look in the monitor. What is it doing? Or in your viewfinder? Yeah, it's the focus.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is focus.
That's focus
And
and this is
this
the
is-
zoom.
Okay.
You got it?
This is tilted.
That's the tilt, and you can pan. All right.
Sound like ammo.
All right. So, give me a head to toe shot. A wide shot.
Okay.
And just let me know when you're set.
Oh my God.
It won't zoom out any further. So, okay, so this is a problem that we have from two things that we can solve. You can actually talent to take one step back, or you can physically move the camera further back so you can get her feet in.
Okay.
Okay, so which one do you want to do?
I
She moved back for you. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Well,
One step back.
I just want to add something on the talent
Step
end
back
of
a
that,
little bit.
what DJ was saying. Usually you'll have like a mark when you're in front of camera, just kind of marking where you're supposed to stand. And that's very, very important as a talent to always just know where your mark is. And so sometimes in your mind, and they'll put like a piece of tape down or something down for you to know like where you're supposed to stand. So if it's a shot that you have to walk into, it always kind of helps to, take count. So if you're walking into frame, you could count in your mind like 1, 2, 3. Like it's gonna take you 3 steps to get into frame. So knowing where your mark is, so you won't have to look down because it's gonna be picked up on camera. So as talent, you always need to know how to get your mark and touch your mark, because sometimes the camera can move back and forth. They can only move up and down or zoom in and out.
Right.
So you want to make sure to, as a talent, be able to hit your mark.
So when we moved our talent back and we moved the camera back, we created another problem. Since the distance has grown between you guys, the focus has changed. So I bet if you zoom all the way into her face right now, she'll be out of focus.
Okay.
So let's see you do that. Give me extreme close-up. That was a good hit to toe. But when you zoom in, if you was to do that live on camera, you would have to pull focus. It wouldn't work for TV.
Is that
So
focus?
that looks good to me. You can see it in here. You can see it. It's called peaking. You can see it when you roll through it. You can see how it gets really sharp in there, right? Yeah. Okay. But that's good. So give me an extreme close-up. All right. That's pretty extreme.
Okay.
This is tough because when you're this tight, if she moves and sways a bit, she goes out of focus and in focus and out of focus. So you'll never really, I don't think you'll ever really get this tight on TV. If you're doing like, another piece of work, narrative or what have you, then you may see this. But in a live TV setting, typically you'll stay what's called a bus shot.
DJ, while you stay there, the rest of y'all,
Going to burst off.
let's go take a walk to the director room so y'all can see what that looks like from there. So stay on camera, and we'll walk over here. So everything DJ was saying just now would have been communicated from here. A director would be sitting here, and he'll be talking into this microphone, and he'll be like, I need a close-up of whatever her name might be on the show. Let's say her name was Beyonce.
Oh my God.
I need a close-up of Beyonce. I need a shot of Beyonce. Give me just a one shot of Beyonce, or give me a wide shot. And they could speak back to you. They could tell you if there's an issue in the studio, like, oh, the camera is tripping, or oh, okay, or they could. So this will be where you see. And if you see, these are the 3 cameras. See camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. This is a switcher. Right? In the course of the time you'll spend with us, we probably won't work with a switcher. We'll be doing all our editing in a computer. But basically the switcher will allow us to switch between cameras So as we see, let's go through, Tyler, come see. So if I tell you to punch camera 1, if you hit camera 1, and then you see on the main, if you move over so everybody can see, take a seat. Why don't you take a seat so everybody can see? So there's buttons for each camera. There's a button that says black, there's a button for camera 1, a button for camera 2, and a button for camera 3. And then there's additional buttons here for outside for the graphics. So if you have like a tape playing, like if you have some playback, you can play that as well. You can punch that up. So we got two people on this show. We have a mock show going on right now. Who are both hideous. Jeez, that's still very mean. This is the audio board, so this is where all the audio is coming from. So if they're mic'd up, you'll be playing with these 2 channels. They probably have 2 channels for each mic, and you can hear them play back through here. So the director can control all of that. He can hear it, he can see it, and he can control the pace of it. He can say, okay, this is what's supposed to happen now. We need this guest to come in, and I can't hear this person. Can you turn the mic up, or can we play the music back? So as a director, you will be sitting here controlling this. Also, from this TV station, we have a component where we do live calls. So some people might call in. So you also be answering the phone, saying, hey, what's up? You want to talk to these people on this set? And then they'll feed the phone through, and they can speak to the people on the camera. This computer behind you controls the teleprompter. So also on those cameras, the big part in the front, that's a teleprompter. Anybody know what that is?
For the words.
Yeah, the words. So the words could play back while they speak, look into the camera and speak the words. That controls the teleprompter. So this is basic a setup, and this right here, this computer right here controls the graphics. Like any of the title crawls or any of the information at the bottom of the screen, that computer controls that. So see, it's a lot of layers.
So anything you watch live pretty much has all of these functions going on. Whether it's, football, something like that. Now they may not use prompters all the time and stuff like that, but they definitely have somebody on the switchboard punching between cameras, somebody monitoring the audio, somebody typing in graphics. It's one big show. It happens as fast as you can watch it on TV. So it's instant.
Y'all watch like the BET Awards, MTV Awards, anything like that? Yeah. Every camera you see that gets a shot, that's a separate camera that has a separate screen. So if you can imagine, sometimes those shows can have 20 cameras. So this is 3 cameras. Then y'all was overwhelmed by that. So just imagine if you as a director was observing 20 different viewfinders or 20 different cameras and calling shots, saying, all right, we need that shot of Lil Wayne face because they about to announce that he won the award. So that camera gets called in. And the performance shot, we got 5 cameras on him while he performing. We cutting through the cameras, pacing it, and having, that's a lot to take in. So live. So if you mess up, if you accidentally hit black instead of hitting the right camera, that's gonna be seen from everybody. What was your question about the teleprompter?
You know how people they have people like typing the words and stuff. Like would they make a mistake of like just spell the words?
That's also reality. Like this is live TV, so I'm pretty sure any mistake that could happen have happened. That's why you gotta be professional.
If like they're reading it off there, like what they say a word too.
Yeah.
But it takes experience from the talent, though. You know, they know true. When there's a typo. You know, they have to keep going, and then they proofread some of that stuff. So, you know.
So like when they
it could have been, like
Photoshop, like they go over it,
Yeah. You would have a meeting before you do a show, at least a news broadcast. Some of the smaller shows may not have that luxury all the time, but you still need to be aware if it's a typo or not if you're on camera, because you don't want to embarrass yourself.
So so this is a live setup. This is a live studio setup. Anything like think of shows that you've seen that had a live studio setup, like the news, like any other examples of shows?
Like Family Matters.
Family Matters when they're shooting. American Idol, Family Matters, those sitcom type shows that also shoot in the studio setting, it would be the same setup with separate cameras and somebody directing the shots. Also, American Idol.
Yeah, because they had the big crane things and they got to be able to.
And they got work all those different cameras, right?
Yeah,
what's another example?
Yeah. X Factor.
X Factor. All sports, yeah. Award shows, we said. Anything else?
American Best Dance.
Yeah, all those contest shows.
They don't have no show like talking about that you need that for.
A note. They don't have what?
A show that don't need that.
That don't need a teleprompter? I mean, that depends on the talent and what they're trying to get across. I mean, Obama used teleprompters, so, I mean, the news use teleprompters. A lot of shows use it. Some people probably feel like they don't need it, so that depends on the show and the talent, mostly. Who?
Usually write down like a speech or something.
Obama, if you ever looked through those screens on the side, it's clear, but that'd be like this teleprompter. when he's done his speech, and he looks from side to side to look like he's looking at the audience, but he's really looking at those 2 teleprompter screens. So,
like bullet reflectors.
no, that's not bullet reflectors. No, that's a screen. Any other questions about this space? So just imagine if you was Larry, you'll be sitting here directing these shows, you'll be watching these cameras, and so that you got to take all these different layers in: the audio, the visuals, the text, the teleprompter, making sure the cues are called up, making sure the tape is in that you're recording. So that's a long checklist of things you have to do. So, and it's the same thing when we're shooting on the field. There's a checklist of things you have to make sure you got that's together. Because if one thing is off, the whole thing is potentially off. If there's a show that looks very, very good, but then come to find out the mics weren't even on, then it's no good. People watching it on TV, playing with their volume, like, what's going on? So everything has to be in place for it to work. So just imagine those NBA games, every single thing has to be in place, because you're going to be complaining if one thing is off. You'll be the first one to be, LeBron missed the shot because I couldn't see it. So just think about all this stuff.
That's just how important it is. Like, they depend on that now for instant replay to call games. So like,
right.
You see the officials check the replay, and it's actually coming from these guys behind the scenes, giving them a feed of their slow motion camera or whatever it may be, so they can make those precise calls. So that's how important everybody relies on this live video. And
the last thing, one of the last things about here, these are the tapes that these shows are recorded on. This DVC Pro. This is a big tape, right? This is what y'all using the small camera cards, but these are the tapes that they record on. Any other questions y'all have about this space? Y'all good? Okay, we could take a walk and let y'all see. So once that process is done, or once you shoot something in the studio, once you go in the field and film some stuff, this would be one of the last processes, actually bringing it in a situation like this and editing on a setup like this. There's some speakers so you can hear the good sound. There's a mixer right there. There's a big screen. There's the monitors you can see. There's another monitor you can do playback. There's all the different hard drive and tower space here and look all these different tapes and stuff. So this would be an editor's space or prison, however you choose to view it. Sometimes it can be a prison. So you're sitting here cranking out shows, editing on this setup. And let's see if there's something. It appears to be on. Nope. Okay. So the program that we use here is called Final Cut Pro. That's one of the industry standards in with editing video footage. We'll be using a program similar to that in this program. So, but yeah, that's what this space is about. So this right here is a full studio. Everything production that you need to get done can get done here. Filming, editing, video, all that stuff. So let's walk back. This right here is what we call master control. This is the last step before it gets broadcast live. This is gonna look, if that looked complicated to you, then it's gonna look even more complicated. I don't even understand this stuff back here. But there's a gentleman back here by the name of Sten, and I'll see if he'll explain a little bit of how this works. But once the show is finished and it's sent back here, and then somehow from here it gets broadcast to satellites and it's sent to your TV channel. So let's see. It's locked. I'm locked out. What's up, Sten? Got some students here. I was wondering if you could explain to them what this room is all about. So everybody, this is Sten, and this is Master Control. Sten is the Master Control operator, so he's going to briefly explain what this is all about.
Sure. Okay, so we broadcast 5 channels right here, and oh, that's video too. Okay. So up here you can see at the top, these monitors show what's going out to TV. All of these are on Cox in Orleans Parish. Okay, and all of those signals go out through. There's like that rack to the right, which has a bunch of kind of beige devices in it. So all of those encode the video and send it over to Cox on Airline Highway, and they put it onto cable TV and distribute it out to the whole city. So I actually have Also, the equipment that is kind of down there, everybody may not be able to see it, just to the left of where the beige stuff is. You'll see like a couple of blue boxes. So those are essentially like, does anybody have a TiVo or seen a TiVo or one of these other like cable recorder boxes? So these are like an industrial version of a TiVo that I can control to record and play back down to the second. But they actually record in a format that's very similar to what is on a DVD. Over here we have some DVC Pro decks, which use, I don't know if you've seen the DVC Pro tapes. That's like what is all around.
All these tapes over here, like we showed y'all in the studio, those tapes.
So these are professional type of tape, but it's really digital video, DV, just like you can get on a mini DV. It's just a different physical format. So I don't know.
So that's what this room is about. Any questions?
Playback and schedule is the main point of all of this.
Like we said, so this is NOA TV, New Orleans Access Television. Yeah, you see they about to do a show right now. Larry's micing them up.
What kind of show is it?
I'm guessing you see Bibles, so I'm guessing it's a religious show.
Amen.
A preacher show. Obviously Larry didn't set the shot yet, but y'all see the problem with that shot, right? No headroom, right? You did that framing? You did it framing for them then. They were a lot shorter than them. So like I said, I was around your age when I first saw this space, and I was here for a bunch of years, and this is where I learned a lot of stuff and met a lot of great people, and DJ came through here too. Yeah. Yeah, so this space is not only important because it offers an outlet for people in the community to speak their 2 cents, if you will. Like a lot of these shows, they're either religious or they're like community oriented. So my eyes were open in a lot of ways from this community program that I saw. We talked earlier about community service and that type of thing. A lot of these people who are motivated to do shows, they're motivated because they have something to say and they really feel like this is an outlet for them to get their voice heard. So this is an example of the media being used in a proper way, in a more productive way, because these are regular citizens who get an opportunity to just articulate their ideas of what they feel either is wrong with the city, what they feel need to be improved, or just what they're passionate about, like the religious shows. So this place has been a vehicle for that.
I mean, did you imagine that it took all of these different things to put together a show? Yeah.
So remember when we talked about at the end of movies, you see all those credits, all those different names of people. So just imagine like if you were putting on a big production show, like all those different spaces that needed to be filled. They needed somebody on the set. They needed 3 cameramen. Just think here, if you was trying to do like a put together show, you needed at least 3 people on camera. You needed some talent. You need somebody to be on the floor, a floor director on the floor, making sure everything is straight. And then on the other side, in the control room, you needed the director. You need somebody switching the shots. You need somebody working the audio. You need somebody working the graphics, typing in the stuff. You need somebody, yeah, you need somebody working the teleprompter. So just all these hats need to be filled. So like we said, with this media arts and this career path, is something that's not just a hat for one person. There's a hat for anybody. Anybody that wants to put their head on a hat, they can just get it popping up in here. You heard me? We just talked about Larry's doing them all right now. Like he's working the camera, he's working the audio, he's working the graphics, and he's directing it. So, you know, because he's been doing it for a while. Like, and he understands these shows to the point where he know a lot of the action they're gonna make. He know that that guy's not gonna move that much. He knows that he's gonna pretty much be sitting there the whole time, and he's not gonna sway his shoulders because he probably, you know, he's probably been doing this show for a while to understand the talent.
And that's what we were talking about yesterday when we were doing the mock interviews. I think when you were up there, and I was saying how you got to be mindful of like not doing erroneous movements and stuff, because as y'all saw, there are 3 cameras up in there. You got one that's going to be directly pointed at you, one direct, at the other person, and then one picking up the master shot, like right in front of you. So you gotta be mindful that you're being picked up at 3 different angles, but they're tight angles. So you don't want to be moving around and flailing your hands everywhere, you know, while you're up there. Unless if, you know, that's what the action calls for.
Alright, my name is Tyler Johns and I'm 16 years old and I attend NOCA, which is a which is a creative arts school, and I go there for media arts. And I'm very passionate about this, and I've been passionate about it since Katrina, and I went to summer camp, and I linked up with 2 Cent, and he taught me all about film and about TV production and stuff, and I just fell in love from the first day, and I just wanted to work with my hands and interact with other people and get my message conveyed through media. So that's what I'm doing now. Today at NOLA TV, I thought that I learned a lot and I got to meet good people, good connections for future jobs and internships that I'll be needing in the future to progress in my film career. And I really love doing this, so any chance I get, I'll be back here and ready to work.